as healthy as a person can be. I finally finished exercising. I'm Samantha, and boy has this been a wild ride. It took a lot of time and a whole lot of commitment. Commitment is making a plan and putting it into practice, and I've finally done it. I don't have to exercise anymore! I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with my time now. I guess I can finally catch up on my TV watching, and my social networking, and food. Oh, the food I can eat now. Since I don't have to eat healthy anymore, I can have ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chocolate syrup and M&Ms on top and whipped cream. I'm gonna eat so much whipped cream tonight. Yep, nothing but being lazy and eating junk food from here on out. That makes sense, right? No? Maybe exercising and eating right is something you never quite finish. Maybe it's something you work at your whole life. In today's story, a poor widow has learned to devote her life to something way more important than exercise. And I'm not talking about whipped cream either. You know, just thinking about whipped cream is making me feel unhealthy. I'd better get a few more reps in, just in case.
The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one about God's love for us. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Mark, chapter 12. Verses 41 to 44.
Rin and her friends wrapped their coats around themselves against the bitter cold as they made their way out of the arena to the parking lot. Tish whipped out her keys and clicked her fob. Need to Exhale is like the most awesome band ever! Spinning to locate her car, Tish nearly slipped and fell on the ice. Careful! Rin grabbed Tish's arm to steady her, and Emma and Aaliyah grabbed the other side. I can't believe you actually got us tickets for the album release. Rivers! Oh man, that song is totally going to the top of the charts. The four girls piled into Tish's late model Jeep. Rin admired the soft leather and was grateful for the heated seats. Your parents actually bought you a brand new car? Well, sure. I got my license, so of course I needed a car. Rin could only dream of owning a car. Her dad drove a 20-year-old pickup truck, and she rode a battered bicycle to get to school and her job at the library. Emma rolled her eyes. Well, not everyone gets handed a Jeep, Tish. My folks made me pay half for my car because they think I'll take better care of it that way. She turned to Rin. When you've got a job, your dad could help you get a car, right? Yeah, I guess. What Rin didn't tell her friends was that even though she had a scholarship to the private school they attended, the money she earned from her job at the library, it went to pay for school fees, and even sometimes to buy groceries if her dad couldn't pick up an extra shift at the warehouse. Rin quickly changed the subject. Hey, are we sleeping in your room, Emma? Oh, how about the media room? We could watch a movie first. An hour later, the girls unrolled their sleeping bags in front of the huge screen in Emma's basement. Anyone got some gum? Yeah, check my coat pocket. Rin dug through the pockets of Aaliyah's coat looking for gum. Instead, she found a flyer with a picture of a large-eyed little boy on it. Sponsor a child? Oh yeah, that group, Compassion. They had a booth in the lobby. All the girls crowded around the flyer. Oh, I know all about this. Oh, for just like a few bucks a month, you can make sure a kid in Africa or Peru or somewhere gets food and can go to school and stuff. Hey, we should check it out online. Emma grabbed the remote and pulled up the Compassion International site on the big screen. Oh, look at that little girl, Nadine. Says she lives in Indonesia. Nadine's big dark eyes seemed to smile down at Rin. I wish I could pick her up and give her a big hug. Hey, for $38 a month, we could sponsor her. I'll put in $10. Me too. I can totally do $15 a month. Rin swallowed. As much as she wanted to help Nadine, she didn't have the extra money to give every month. I left something upstairs. In the kitchen, Rin grabbed a glass of water and stared out to the backyard. A flurry of snow was dusting the ground. Oh, brr. Hey, is everything okay, Rin? Rin turned to see Emma's mother standing in the doorway, wrapped in a fuzzy bathrobe. Yeah, I just needed a minute. I'm really glad you could go with the girls tonight. Me too, but things are different at my house. Glancing down, Rin discovered she was still clutching the compassion flyer. Emma and the others want to do this sponsor a child thing, and I do too, but I don't have lots of extra money. Emma's mother turned the burner on under the tea kettle. I'm gonna make some hot cocoa. You want some too? Sure. Rin noticed Emma's mom pulling out mugs and cocoa mix. There's this amazing moment in the book of Mark. Jesus and his friends are at the temple and they see where people are putting in their offerings. Do you know this one? Maybe? I don't really remember. Well, anyhow, there are these well-dressed people dropping in lots of money, handfuls of gold coins. But when this widow shows up, she's wearing a patched cloak and she drops in 2 copper coins. So, not much. Pennies, basically. But Jesus calls over his disciples and points her out. He says that she gave more than anyone else. But it was just a few cents. The others gave lots because they had plenty of money. It didn't really cost them. But the widow hardly had anything, and so what she put in mattered a lot, even though it didn't seem like much. Emma's mom handed Rin a steaming mug of cocoa. You want some marshmallows for that? No thank you. I'll just take it downstairs. Back in the media room, the girls were curled up, ready to play the movie. Hey, Rin, you okay watching Sleepless in Seattle? Rin smiled as she set the flyer down on the couch. Sure, and, I want to help Nadine too. I can give $3 each month. Cool. 10, 15, and 3. That's exactly $38 a month. Just what we need to sponsor Nadine. Rin slid into her sleeping bag, turning her attention to the screen. It wouldn't be easy giving the extra money every month, but it would be worth it, knowing Nadine would be going to school and having enough food to grow up healthy and strong.
Jesus said the poor widow who put her 2 small coins in the offering box gave more than anyone else because she gave everything she had. How could she do that? I think it's because she was trusting in God to take care of her. If you really want to grow stronger in your faith, you can learn how to live for God. And what that means is everything you do, everything you say, and everything you give is all for Him. Now, I won't say that's impossible because nothing is impossible for God. But living for God isn't always easy. You're going to need His help. Learning to trust Him with your money, learning to trust Him with school and with your problems. You're learning to trust Him with everything. And if this doesn't come naturally to you, you're not alone. Just like exercising and eating right, living for God is something you'll have to work on your entire life. You want your relationship with God to be healthy, and this is what it takes. The one thing to remember today is this: practice living for God. You can do this by hearing what God says, by reading His words in the Bible, and by doing what God says. You live for God when you pray and tell Him what you're thankful for, and when you trust Him with all your cares and concerns. And you live for God when you talk about what you believe with other people, sharing the good news of Jesus to whoever needs to hear it. Remember, you've got your whole life to work on it, and God will be with you every step of the way. So, I guess I'd better keep exercising to stay healthy and save the whipped cream for really special occasions like Tuesdays. Tuesdays. Yeah, I've still got some work to do. Whipped cream. No. Whipped cream.